All right, I'm here. Is anyone else here? How do I know? Participants. It's just me. Okay, I'm gonna leave that open. I almost accidentally opened Cortana. Let me check the audio levels here real quick before I come on screen. My debut. How long have I been streaming? I almost accidentally opened Cortana. Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. I can keep playing music, I think. The music is so loud for me though. I gotta turn it down. Okay. That's still so loud. What? I turned it down like 90% on this slider and it's still like way loud. It's cuz of these earbuds, I think. But also that slider is bullshit. Oh, you can't see me. You should be able to see me. Yo. Hi. It's me, Orion Canning, and I'm just playing electronic music on YouTube's audio library because that's a thing I can do. Why not? So let's see, where do I start? I wanted to talk about politics a little bit. I smoked weed before the stream and I'm on Wellbutrin and they just upped my dose. I feel pretty good. They upped my dose because it was making me feel good, so I guess they start you on a low dose. And it's for depression mostly. Which, yeah, I struggle with. So I've struggled with a lot of my life. I think it's helping. It's like a slight positive nudge. It's just like a little less likely I'll wake up feeling crappy. It's nice. And my depression has been a lot better since I moved in with my girlfriend and things have been going well. And I'm working on music videos and YouTube videos. So speaking of music videos, let's see, where can I show this? Let me pull this up. I think this will do it. I have to, my video's not on there. Let me see. USB camera doesn't work. Okay, I have to make a new video capture layer here and get rid of the old one. So let's trash that one and add video capture device. You can't see what I'm doing, but if you've used, there you go. Okay. I don't need that Twitch chat overlay, but I do want. No, wait, what's happening? This is way too big. Hopefully that's about right. Looks about right. Okay, and then browser window. Where's the browser window? What's it capturing? Capture, no. capture this, but it's like trimmed for some reason. Why is it trimmed? I gotta hold up. I'm just gonna trash this and do a new window capture too. My God. Okay, none of those are working, so there you go. Okay, and then I can trim this a little. It's the trim button. Is it Alt? Yeah. I'm just gonna trim off everything outside the browser, actual browser window here. Yo, what's up? What's up? I'm just setting up this, I'll show you. I'm gonna show off this music video a little bit. Okay. So there's the music video YouTube page. It's got this nice little picture here of Scott lighting a joint as a background here. And it premieres, what does it say here? November 19th at 11 a.m. And if you go here, it'll notify you if you click that. But I want to show you a little preview. Scott put up a preview on his Instagram here. I think it's pretty great. It's a little trailer. And it's cool because this is the band Instagram, Next Stop Cosmos. And I've never had like someone make a trailer out of a video I made, and it feels like I made a song and someone remixed it or something like that. Like I've never had anyone do that. So it's pretty cool to watch here. But audio's off on it. I wonder if I can full screen this. This is coming from TikTok. But come on, move it over here. I'm gonna move myself over. Can I do that? Let's see. No, don't do that. Dude. Dude. Blue. Look at that. Okay. I thought this was a link to my OnlyFans. The pot is addictive. Yeah, I'm addicted. I'm on it right now. I have an IV drip behind me with weed. It's on one of these sides. Okay, yeah, check this out. Look at all these shots. Look at her biting the blueberries. What's that? That's a good shot. So that's like there's a lot going on there. It's basically a getting high in the garden song slash video. Um but it's also about how like giving yourself permission to relax after you worked hard, right? Um and Scott is, my roommate and the band leader of Next Stop Cosmos, and he's very gay. So, to make this video, we got high in the backyard. Everyone got high. We had like a bunch of weed and all this weed paraphernalia for the video. And we were like, we got all this weed stuff. Maybe we should use it. Um, but I think that was great for everyone being relaxed and silly and just having fun making this video. And we wanted to make it super gay. This is Dylan. He's in the band, and he's not gay, but he was totally fine with. We were like, "Can you gay it up for this video?" And he was like, "Hell yeah!" Which I was very impressed. He did not. He's a good actor. I want to play it one more time because I like it. So he's doing his dancing. That's me dancing. It's Chelsea, Scott, hula hooping. It's our chickens. That's our blueberry bush. That's the Scott getting bukkake, blueberry bukkake. That's Dylan really owning the sprinkler there, and some food from a garden, and then the American Gothic, of course. Yeah. What do you think? Makes you want to watch that whole video, huh? I think this is a great trailer. This TikTok got as many views as my last music video in like a few hours or something. It's wild. These stories, these TikToks, they're crazy addictive. Cool. I don't know what else to say about the video except you should watch the premiere, and I'll keep posting about it to remind people and just like generally annoy them with the constant stream of self-promotion, cuz you post once and people don't see your shit cuz everyone's flooding that social media with, cereal photos or whatever, breakfast photos, important stuff. Speaking of social media, I was gonna I want to read this post I just made. That's cool content, right? I'm going back to the other side. I'm tired of this side. This side, west side is the best side, even though I live on the east side. Today, I live on the west side. Haha. I'm getting better at this program. You see, I'm showing off. Okay. So, how do I full screen this post? I don't know how anything works. There we go. So yeah, Rashida Tlaib got censored by the Senate. Is that right? Is that the Senate or the House of Republicans? I think it's the Senate. Um, yeah. What does HRES mean? 845. I have no idea what that number means. House of Representatives voted 845 people voted for it in the House of Representatives. Is that what that means? But anyways, 22 Democrats voted to censor Rashida Tlaib because she condemned the ongoing genocide of Palestinians. House. It is the House of Representatives. Now I feel dumb. I don't know. I always get the names of the two confused. I get the difference. One has less representatives, basically, and one passes or one starts the bills, one passes the bills. Basically. Anyways, so yeah, I just see a lot of people looking at the current situation and saying like, "Oh, I can't vote for Biden. He's genocidal. I can't vote for Democrats anymore." And it is shitty that Biden is not against what's happening in Palestine, but yeah, one does things, the other does other things. Exactly. You get it. Um, I mean, the processes are stupidly overcomplicated and arcane, so we don't need to get into it. Um, but yeah, it sucks that Biden's doing that. But like every president has been doing that for like 70 years. Um, I don't know when or if we're gonna get one that doesn't. But Biden did some, he was negotiating for aid aid workers and you know people to come in and give medical care to people who are injured in Palestine and get people out if they need to get out and not committing genocide. He was having talks, with what's his face? I can't remember his name. The leader of Iran. I wish I could remember his name right now. But anyways, he sucks. He's a fascist. And yeah, Biden was, trying to get him to not completely carpet bomb Palestine. But because it doesn't look good on Biden either, and I think he knows that. I think he knows, but for whatever reason, our government has this idea that we need we need a military ally in the middle of the Middle East. That's basically what we think. So we have to be friends with Iran no matter what they do. And it's stupid. And they should withhold aid from Iran on the condition that they stop committing war crimes and stop committing apartheid and genocide. I think that's a simple ethical solution. Yeah, and we don't have to like send troops in there and occupy it. That wouldn't help, but we shouldn't give them the military power to completely dominate this group they're committing genocide on. It's fucked up. Um, but yeah. Anyways, I think the people there are a lot of people, a lot of friends of mine who say Democrats and Republicans are the same, and that just think that they're like behind closed doors, um, in total agreement, and it's all a show, and voting doesn't matter. Basically, is their argument. They don't want to vote anymore because they didn't vote for Hillary like me because they didn't like Hillary, and then Trump won. But instead of saying like, "Damn, I fucked up," they like cannot say that for some reason because they're like, I want to be mean. I want to say incapable of introspection, but I think that's a common thing. It's hard to like admit that you fucked up, um, especially when like people had good reason not to like Hillary, and people have good reason not to like Biden. But I really disagree with the like not voting for the lesser evil argument. I think it's like a moral obligation to vote for the lesser evil. Like if someone is holding your girlfriend at gunpoint and they said, "I'll let you choose. I can shoot her in the head or shoot her in the foot." You should choose shoot her in the foot. I mean, if you can get the gun from them, but if you're also being held at gunpoint, let's just say for the sake of argument, you can't do that. You should choose shooter in the foot. Like, if you have a choice between a lesser harm and a greater harm, you should choose the lesser harm, even though both are evil. I think that's should be obvious. And voting isn't like this huge exertion of time and energy that people make it out to be. It's like one day a year. You should vote in local elections, so it should be like one day a year. I think they do local elections every year. But basically, yeah. And then you vote, and you vote for the most progressive person available, the person who's the best person, and then hopefully you get the best outcomes out of that. And I think it's pretty simple. And it just so happens that we have a two-party system. We have a first past the post voting system that makes it so if you don't pass a certain threshold of like 50%, um, your vote doesn't matter. So third parties just have a spoiler effect since the margins are so low. And so many people don't vote just because they believe both parties are the same. Like like a third of the country doesn't vote. It's wild. Even though most of those people disagree with most conservative policies more than they do democratic policies. So I feel like they're just um sort of pulling the wool over their own eyes. They're like willfully ignorant because they're just tired of being pissed at the people they voted for. And it makes sense. And like, yeah, third parties are garbage. I mean, the thing is, like, I would vote Green Party if they would actually had a chance at winning, but they don't. You know, like Nader. I really liked Ralph Nader. I couldn't vote back when he was being elected, but look, he's a pretty cool guy, and I would totally vote for him. But what happens? Like, he doesn't even get close. He was like one of the most popular candidates, third party candidates. He was in the news a lot, and not even close. If I looked it up right now, Ralph Nader election, he probably got like Rolf. Uh, was this? How many votes did he get? Let's see if it's on Wikipedia. Oh, here. How many votes did he get? The spoiler controversy. Yeah, George Bush defeated Al Gore. Nader received 97,000 votes in Florida. Um, yeah, that's a problem, isn't it? The spoiler effect. That's the whole problem with voting third party in a two-party system. It fucks things up. So, and then Bush started the war in Iraq. Who ended that? Biden. So, I don't know the actual numbers, but I guarantee it's like less than 10%. Uh, this I just want to see that he got 3.9%. Yeah. So, like almost nothing, but enough to push Bush up 3%, which was enough to be over Biden or Gore's 46%. Bush only got 48%. Right? If those people had voted for Gore, we'd have a different world right now. And a different Middle East, and maybe we'd have people in the government who were in a position where they could more openly support Palestine, right? I mean, that did so much harm to like how Americans view the Middle East. 9/11, of course, was a big part of that, but our response to 9/11 was incredibly Islamophobic. We didn't even attack the people who attacked us. We attacked a whole country. I mean, that's the whole thing is like collective punishment is a war crime. That was a huge act of collective punishment. Um, yeah, we'd still have Roe v. Wade. We'd still have the Supreme Court. I mean, so many things could be different. The thing is, like, when a Republican wins, um, the Republicans set us back like 10 years. Like, they cause problems in the country that take a whole century to fix. You know, like, uh, people blame Joe Biden for the crime bill, for expanding the prison state, but the it had like very marginal effect, if any. Like the actual growth of prisons after the crime bill was passed, it went up at the same rate as before the crime bill was passed. Like the growth, the building of new prisons, and the growth of the prison population. Um, and then in like the 90s it like went down a lot actually. So like there were things about the crime bill that I think were really bad, like the three strikes law, for example. But they also like banned assault rifles. I don't know, there's things in it that I agree with. um and the thing is, it was like massively popular at the time. Like the black civil rights groups argued for the crime bill at the time, and there was like a huge rise in crime around that time. But I think it was mostly because of um, policies that, you know, like got rid of mental hospitals and all this austerity politics stuff, where they got rid of all the welfare programs. And that's the thing is like the the actual things that led to like us having such a huge population of people in prison started with Nixon doing the war on drugs. That was like the biggest thing. Um, and they've openly said that there's that Lee Atwater quote where he says like, "Oh, we couldn't go after black people and hippies, so we just started using different terms. Instead of saying the N word, we'd say, you know, like welfare queen, and then go after them with drugs so we could arrest them all and put them in prison." So that was the first big part, and the next big part was in the 80s under Reagan. I forget exactly what he did, but fuck, I should look that up. I have to take a piss, but I'm gonna look it up on my phone real quick. dog. Come here, Bella. Come here, Bella. Yeah. I wanted you to say hi to the camera. Okay, I gotta go full screen for this. Bella. Bella, look at the camera. Your pose. She always leans her head against me when I hold it. It's just Bella. She doesn't really like being held. Too big. She kind of likes it if I like hold her, force her to be held for long enough. She like relaxes finally. Oh shit! I think she just pooped. Oh my god! Ugh, stop! Fuck man, she just pooped. I gotta clean that up. That's gross. Weird. Oh my god. This is funny to have on stream. Boy. Let me get some cleaner. She was in the room and she was whining and I thought she had to go to the bathroom, but I offered to let her go to the bathroom. And she declined to go outside. She ran back here instead. I thought she was fine. Okay, you know what? I have to take a break. I just accidentally let the cat out when I let the dog out. The pets are sabotaging my stream, and I have to clean the floor. So, wait, let me just finish saying what I was saying about. Oh my god, crime bill, real quick. Jesus fucking Christ, the animals. Does anyone else have this problem when they're streaming? The animals run away and shit on the ground. Okay. Okay. I'm trying to find the right part of this article. So there's an article in USA Today that I like. Maybe I can just pull it up on the computer. Fact check. Fact check. 1994 crime bill, USA Today. Let me transition to this. Okay, this article. I think this is the part. So I'm just going to read this part. Stephen Ross Johnson of Knoxville, Tennessee, a board member of the National Association of Criminal Defense Lawyers and past president of the Tennessee Association of Criminal Defense Lawyers, told USA Today that it is oversimplistic to say the 1994 crime bill led to mass incarceration. Asked if the bill caused or largely contributed to it, Johnson says the bottom line answer is that it is no. Was it a link in the chain? Yes. It is the beginning. Is it the beginning of the chain? No. Johnson argues that the roots of mass incarceration can be found in the late 1960s and early 1970s with legislation that created, among other things, the RICO statute, which broadened the scope of federal law as the war on drugs began to take shape. I think one of the things that allowed, that I've met people that this happened to, is if you live in a gang area and you get in a fight with a gang member who attacks you and you kill them, you get charged as being in a gang, which the RICO statute comes on you. But basically, the drug war, the war on drugs, um, just they started, if you're smoking a joint, you could get put in jail. Um, the veteran criminal defense attorney who founded the Tennessee Innocence Project. So this is the guy who founded the Innocence Project, which is the group of people that try to get people out of who are on death row or just people in prison, out of prison, who are innocent. And the main way they do that is by testing old cases against new DNA evidence that has come out since. And they find tons of people who are in jail for like 30 years or something that were completely innocent. So this person is actually doing, he's one of the greatest fighters against mass incarceration in the whole country. And I trust him, and he knows way more about the prison system than any of us. So he contends that mass incarceration also got a boost from a series of bills in the 1980s that created preventive detention for federal arrestees. So what that is if you're arrested for a federal crime, you get immediately put in jail and you don't get parole. And what that created is a lot of people, including a lot of innocent people, who sit in jail for sometimes for years waiting for trial. So says that he said essentially made the bail non-existent in the federal judicial system. That 1980s legislation, and this was under Reagan, also created mandatory minimum penalties for drug offenses in the federal system and federal sentencing guidelines designed to promote uniformity, but at the cost of higher penalty ranges. People that are poor and of color ended up with much higher sentences. Yeah, so that was Ronald Reagan and Richard Nixon. It was two Republican presidents who both served 2 terms in a row, which means they're able to do so much more bad stuff because they can get control of the Senate, and I mean now they have control of the Supreme Court. It's like you really don't want Donald Trump to get a second term. You really don't, especially when last term he tried to stage a coup. And the point is that people blame Democrats for all these terrible things that Republicans have done or took way more part in. Like this case, people are mad at the Democrats, but you have to look at this as okay, 22 Democrats are garbage and they support genocide, but 212 Republicans, literally 10 times as many, voted for it. And basically almost 100% of all Republicans are horrible monsters who just want to make rich people richer and poor people poorer and put more people in jail, and they want trans LGBTQ people to stop existing, to have no rights. I mean, there's plenty of Republicans who would be happy with slavery coming back or something. They're fucking crazy. They're insane. And so you can't look at this as oh look, they're the same because they voted for this. If you look at, I think one of the clearest things is the vote on let's see, vote totals on baby formula bill. So there's the bill to there was a baby formula shortage, and they were trying to fix the baby formula shortage. The Formula Supplemental Appropriations Act. Wait, can I just find the image? I love these images. Let's see. Here we go. So you got 219 Democrats voting to help babies eat, and 192 Republicans voting against it. Like, that's like such an extremely strong indication of how different the two parties are to me. Like these people are pure evil. 12 of them are maybe a little okay on some issues. Like, they have like some redeemable value. Two of them didn't vote, maybe because they like weren't there. I don't know. It's probably fucking the two who are basically Republican. I can't think of names right now, but I think you probably know who I mean. Fuck, can't think of names. I'm just bad with names in general. But yeah, so same thing going on here. You know, like the it's a little higher on the Democrat side of being shitty, but the percentages, you know, the proportions are like wildly different, right? So you can't equate the two, and it's crazy because like Rashida Tlaib is the only Palestinian in Congress, and when you're doing that, you're equating her, you're lumping her in and throwing her out with the bathwater, which is the 22 Dems who voted to censure her, but like also all the other people who voted against it, you're lumping in with those 22 people. You're letting like a minority of bad people color your opinion of the whole group, which is prejudice. That's like the whole problem with how people think of trans people. Like, you know, libs of TikTok posts videos of like one trans person having one bad day and then act like that's evidence that all trans people are violent and terrifying or something. And it's like, it's so crazy because like, do you not know what prejudice is? Do you not understand that it's a fucked up way to treat people and leads to very bad things and is why we had the Holocaust? And oh my god, people are dumb. Okay, that's my politics rant. Thank you for coming. I have to find my cat outside in the rain and walk my dog, and then I'm gonna come back and stream more, probably in like an hour, and clean up this poop. Shit. Anyways, thanks for watching. I love you. Miss you. Hope everything's going well for you. Okay. Bye.